artists. Long ago in Donegal, it was mostly men that played fiddles and instruments. As soon as women became childbearing, became a childbearing age, they weren't supposed to be playing fiddles, or pipes would be looked down upon. And if you were a fiddle player, you were looked as rebellious. Because I had a first-hand experience of this, even within the last 15 years. I went to an old fiddle player that I used to get a lot of music from, and he said to me, now you play the fiddle. And I said, yes. And you're a woman. Mm-hmm. In Donegal, where I come from, there used to be a lot of twin fiddling. Most of the music, I suppose, long ago would have been solo music, but when it came to fiddle music, fiddles blend very well. And in Donegal, there used to be a lot of octave playing. That is, a fiddle player would play in a low octave, and then the other player would take it and an octave higher, which would give it a harmony kind of sense, and it would give it a wider sound and a bigger sound. We do that a lot in the band now. Kieran Tourish would take the octave while I would play the melody as it would be straight, and he would play an octave lower. The more south you went in Ireland, the more fluid the sounding of the bow was, while the more northern people were associated with Scottish people because the bowing was more staccato and it had more attack. And that makes geographical sense. It also makes a lot of sense because a lot of Donegal people used to go to Scotland for work, and they used to mix a lot with Scottish people. We write in the idiom that we know, and the idiom that we know is traditional music, so I feel we're actually giving back to the tradition what we brought from it. Like every generation has given to the tradition, and even what we've learned from the older musicians, I feel that our interpretation of that tune isn't exactly like theirs, and that's what's good about traditional music. It's music of today. We've actually brought it to here because we interpret it, but you can't copy an older person when you have other influences in your head, and it comes out some way. So the reel that I'm playing today isn't exactly as my father played it 20 years ago. I'd love to play it like that, but obviously there's other influences that will come in, and that's why the tradition lives. You let that happen.